Item number 15 is a resolution offered by Councilor Robert Van Campen that the City of Everett submit the question of whether to build a professional soccer stadium on Lower Broadway to the voters of Everett during the city's biennial municipal election, which is to be held in November of 2025.
Councilor Van Campen.
Thank you, Madam President. I understand that a lot of folks have strong views on this particular subject, and I do as well. And one of the things I've discovered across the city over the last couple of months, and I'm sure some of my colleagues have as well, is that people have strong views about whether to build a stadium or not in the community. And I want to say out of the gate here that I don't want my words tonight to be misconstrued, because that does happen in this community from time to time. I see how transformative a potential soccer stadium on Lower Broadway can be for our community. I've heard the word catalyst used a number of times to describe this project. I agree with that to an extent once we see the final details of what this proposal is. This is a concept right now, and that's what we're really talking about. And I do, out of the gate, want to thank Senator DiDomenico for doing the work at the State House that he has done up to this point to at least give this project the ability to proceed. But what we have seen since that legislation was passed, in my estimation and the estimation of many people in this community, is an almost complete disconnect from reality by the current administration in terms of community engagement, in terms of community benefits, in terms of hearing from the community. My intention in asking that this issue be put on the ballot is not to stop this project. It's not to destroy this project. It's not to undermine this project. It's simply to get the people of Everett a greater voice at a table where, quite frankly, today, they have no voice from an outside observer standpoint. Last week, we heard press conferences from mayors that are dueling over this, and the mayor of Boston shared the details of what the Kraft Group had proposed. We don't know what the Kraft Group has proposed yet to the city of Everett. I don't know that the president of the city council has received a confidential briefing about those negotiations, but we don't know. So the purpose for this order tonight, and I think we've previously amended it as an order. So,
Yes.
yeah, so the purpose of this order tonight really is to get the people of Everett a greater say in what is happening with the proposed stadium. And I understand that some on this city council may say, well, it's somewhat premature. We don't have a community benefits agreement to really look at. We don't understand what the details are. I agree with that to a certain extent. We don't have a lot of detail about this project at all, other than a proposal for 75 parking spaces, which some agree with and some disagree with. I understand the need for a transit-oriented project. I understand the need for a project labor agreement on this project. In fact, 20 years ago, I was one of the folks on this Board of Aldermen at the time who pushed for a project labor agreement on the high school that sits on Glendale Terraces. So I understand that. But what I don't understand is why the people of Everett have been shut out from this. So again, I ask this city council, this is not about undermining, stalling, or stopping this project. It is about giving our community some voice in a conversation that, as to this administration, this is not to Senator DiDomenico or anyone at the State House, as to this administration, they have been left out of. So I'm going to put this before the City Council this evening, requesting that we act favorably on the ballot initiative that is before us, that's been drafted by the city solicitor. This is a non-binding advisory. This is merely asking for the sentiment of the people of Everett. So I'd move favorable action.